Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the vlog. It is Monday, the 29th of September. We are 11 days out. That is freaking wild. 11 days out. I just trained this morning. I am now headed, I don't know where I'm headed. I need to go to the car wash to clean out my car. I think I might do that. I also need to go do some cardio, but I also want to do my routine today. So like I try not to do a lot of cardio before I get to my routine. So I might just go home and get some work done. In fact, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the car wash, clean up my car. I'm gonna go home, work for a little while, and then I'm not gonna go to the gym until after like the middle of the day when they have the classes, when the classes are done. So I think that's like 11 or 12. Run my routine, go pick up Reagan from school, then go back to the gym and like finish everything that I have to do, which is definitely more cardio. Maybe I'm gonna lift. I don't know. I haven't decided. Like I really just have to. The routine is what I need to be doing. So I really just have to work around that. I think I just decided. I think I want to plan like a little send off for myself. Like do my routine at Burn Boot Camp. Like before I leave at the gym. Like okay, everybody. At this time between these two camps, I'm doing a dress rehearsal. So whoever wants to watch me, I need you to come watch me and cheer for me. Just because I think it would be fun. Just good performance practice. I just thought of that randomly today because I was in between camps and I was like, man, it's 15 minutes. I probably got time to run one right now. And then I was like, I should run one between camps one of these days. Let's see. I don't know. I don't really have anything to add. I'm getting nervous, but I'm also getting very excited. To be honest, I'm getting excited for this to be over, even though I still have a show after the Olympia. Oh my gosh. I still have to do Ben Weider after the Olympia. It's like 4 weeks after, it's 6 weeks after. Yes, Ben Weider is 6 weeks after the Olympia. I still have to do a show, but Ben Weider feels like a lot less pressure, which is crazy because Ben Weider is actually, like, if there's one that I need to be at my best at, I would say it's Ben Weider. Because if I go to the Olympia, no matter how good I am at the Olympia, I'm not going to win. It doesn't matter. Like, it is what it is. No matter how good I show up, if I would have had a perfect prep, if I was peeled to the bone, if the routine that I wanted to do goes onto the stage and executes perfectly, there just isn't a world that I was going to win this Olympia. Whereas Ben Weider, like me executing at my highest means that I win and I clinch another Olympia qualification. So it's like realistically, Ben Weider is the higher stakes competition because that's the one that I have a chance to win and that's the one that I actually like need to win. If I go get last place at the Olympia, who cares? Like nothing bad happens. If I go get last place at Ben Weider or anything but first place at Ben Weider, that means I have to compete next summer in order to 1, qualify again for Ben Weider, and 2, try to qualify for next year's Olympia. Like the Ben Weider is actually the higher stakes competition, but it also feels lower stake because the level of competition is a little bit lower. 1, there's less of us. 2, it's the natural show. So like physique wise, I can hang a little bit more. Now, muscularity, I'm still going to be one of the less muscular people. There's Jessica Z, there's Michelle, and then there's going to be one other person. We don't know who it's going to be. There's a France Natural in October or like early November. So there will get one more competitor from there. But like, I've beaten Michelle. Me and Michelle we don't go back and forth. She beats me most of the time, but I beat her at the Arnold. In prejudging is what I'm talking about. So it's like, the stakes are higher, but they feel lower because of that, because it's like easier to win. So anyway, all that to say is that maybe I need to change my mindset because I'm like, once the Olympia is over, then it's over. It doesn't really matter. It absolutely does matter. But I will say it's like easier to win Ben Weider than it is to like go get a top 5 at the Olympia. So anyway, I can't wait for the Olympia to be over. Okay, we are headed to, parked at the school, headed to the store to get peanut butter, and I actually think that's all we need. I might also pick up a protein donut for Reagan. I haven't seen Reagan since Friday. It's Monday dropped her off at my mom's. Saturday is when I saw her. Dropped her off at my mom's on Saturday morning, and then they went to Disneyland for a couple days, and then they came back late last night, but Reagan stayed at my mom's, and my mom took her to school this morning, so I'm picking her up from school, but I haven't seen her in a couple days. So probably pick her up a protein donut because the protein bar is right by the store that I go to. But yeah, you guys, I I hit my routine. I don't know if I mentioned that. Don't think I've been on here since I went to Powerhouse. I hit my routine. I started so my gym has a basketball court. And the yoga class was still going when I got there, which I knew it would be. Like, I knew what time it was. But I was like, well, I'll just get warmed up in the basketball court. And then, you know, as soon as yoga's over, I will go over to the like classroom area. But there was nobody on the basketball court. Like, there was nobody in there. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to run it in here, which is actually better because this room is huge. It's like a full basketball court. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting warm. I turn on my music and literally like, and I'm in the middle. I'm not over on the side. I'm dead in the center of the court. Okay. As soon as like the first beat happens, I do my first move and I look up and there are two guys walking in, bouncing their basketballs. I like cut the show. So I stop the music. I go, you know, and at that point the yoga class is over. So I just went in the yoga room. But then there were still people in there because obviously they chit chat after camp. They chit chat after class. But I was like, I'm already warm. I'm already like mentally ready to do this. So I did not wait. They were standing on the side and it was me and them. My music was playing out loud because I've been doing it with that speaker. I'm like, I'm tired of trying to play it through my phone because I can barely hear it. So I used the speaker and those people got to watch me. And it was fine. It was not the one, but I got it and I got it on the first try. So that's a big deal to me. Like, that is a huge deal to me actually. So got it on the first try. I only did one. I did do like a couple pieces after the full out because I don't need to have, sorry, it's so loud. I don't need to have a full practice every day. I need to have a full out every single day. So Monday is not my practice day. So I wasn't about to like spend an hour like practicing and running sections and doing it. Like Thursday and Sunday are my practice days. So I ran the full out. I did a couple pieces that I wanted to like just work on a little bit, but then I left. Like, I was only there for 30 minutes. Then I came home, chatted with Ruben, and then now I'm where I'm at. So anyway, I have boot camp this afternoon. So that'll get part of my cardio done. And then right after boot camp, I will go back to Powerhouse and lift and finish cardio. So yeah, it's a busy day. I cannot believe we're leaving for the Olympia in 7 days. Well, 8 days. We're leaving for the Olympia a week from tomorrow, which is just freaking, it's stressing me out. It's stressing me out, but I do feel better since I got that run today. Like, now we're gonna have to see how tomorrow goes, but I feel better that like I could do a one and done today. And I'm hoping that every day until I leave for Vegas, because I literally am going to do this every day until I get to Vegas. I'm hoping that every single day I can get a one and done. Because, you know, in the last video, that's what I said. It was like, my concern was that I'm this close to the show and not confident that every time I do it, I'm gonna hit it. You know, at the Arnold, there was still a little bit of a question mark on that first handstand skill. But once I got past that handstand skill, I knew I was going to hit it. This one, it really is still just the first handstand. Like, once I get past the first handstand, there's no other skills that I'm worried about, but I am still like, how tired am I going to be? Like, am I going to finish this the way that I wanted to finish? So anyway, all that to say is I'm going to be running it every day, and I'm just hoping that by, honestly, I hope that every single day until we leave, I'm able to get a one and done and just build my momentum and build my confidence in this routine. Because right now, and, Missy and I talked about this, it's like I'm performing it like I'm scared of it. And that's because I am scared of it right now. So I just need to lean into the confidence and know like what I can do with this routine and just perform it like I'm confident in it. And I think that's, it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, if I go into it confident, then it's going to execute the way that I want it to, and then that's going to build more confidence. So I think I've been waiting for the execution before having the confidence, when really I need to start with the confidence. And I say this to my clients all the time, but it's different when it's yourself. So we're leading with confidence, just like knowing that we can do it. And I think that's going to get the ball rolling on the actual execution. But anywho, that's that. What was I this morning? 134 something. So the scale is coming back down. I think this is probably my last day of my period, so that's great. I got my Expel in the mail, which is like my little over-the-counter water pill stuff. So, again, we're hoping for waking up at a 127. Realistically, like, if we're at 128, nothing bad is gonna happen. If we're above 128, I'm gonna be traumatized. But we're not gonna listen. Let's just get through today. Okay, still Monday. I am back at Powerhouse, so I picked up Reagan, then we went to boot camp, and I took boot camp, and now I still have an hour of cardio left, so I am currently doing 20 minutes on the stairs. I might do 30, and then hopefully by then Ruben will be here, and we are gonna lift, and then I have another, you know, whatever's left at this hour. So if I get 30 done now before he gets here, and I only have 30 left, if I get 20 done now before he gets here, I'll have 40 left. So anyway, sent my routine to Missy, and she sent me a 12-minute long voice memo. Well, we went back and forth a little bit, and then she basically was watching it and giving me live like commentary, and it was 12 minutes. So good, so detailed, and I feel like what I like about working with Missy is that I can tell her, like, this is what this feels like to me, and this is, you know, this feels tired, this looks tired, I'm missing something right here, and she can specify, this is what you are missing, this is what will make this better. It's like, for me, I've watched it so many times that it's hard for me to see the details. Like, I just know, like, I told her, I said, this is not hitting the way that I want it to hit. Like, this is not making me feel the way that I want the crowd to feel when they watch this. And she's able to put it in words, like, if you try this, or this is why, you know, you're moving your hand here and it makes it look like you're doing a balance check, or you're looking down on this part when I want you to look up. You know, she's giving me very specific details on how I can fix the feeling, which is just great. So I'm just so glad to have her looking at my routine. It's just, it sucks that it took me this long to get routine runs under my belt, because realistically, the conversations that Missy and I are having, we should have been having 6 weeks ago, but I wasn't getting full outs. So now we're leaving in a week and we're trying to re-choreograph stuff. But it's gonna be worth it. I picked up choreography pretty quickly. And I also think, you know, how I was saying earlier, I was like, I just feel like if I perform this with confidence, I think that making those changes will help drive the confidence, which will help it will help improve this routine like exponentially faster than me just trying to dig through it. So anyway, I may or may not do a full out tomorrow. Tomorrow might just be fixing things, but that's okay, because I do think that, again, it's not worth it to like grind through a full out if it's not the version that we want. So anyway, that's that. Just wanted to chat about getting the details done with Missy. And yeah, I'm gonna finish my cardio. Well, at least finish this part of this cardio and try to get a lift in. I haven't lifted in ages, I feel like. So hopefully I'm not too sore tomorrow. Okay guys, it is Tuesday, the 30th. I am headed to Jasmine's. I am so excited. I'm headed to Jasmine's. That is my friend that's gonna bedazzle my costume. What's going on? Oh, this headband's because it's not junk. Doesn't steal my hand. Anyway, Jasmine is my friend that's gonna bedazzle my costume. So we're doing like a little bit of costume design, and then I'm gonna leave it with her and she's gonna work her magic. Jasmine is so good. She's like the most, honestly, she's like the most creative, like jack of all trades creative girl in the world. So I showed the costumes she made for her daughters, but like one of her daughters just had a birthday party and she like made a cake for it. I remember back when we were in high school, she would do like these really intricate design cell phone cases, like back when everybody wanted really like crazy cell phone cases. Like she was in her nail bag, she did crazy design nails on her own design, like designs on her own nails. Like every single type of creative thing she has done. Like her and her husband, now so her husband is a realtor. He like flips homes, so he hires contractors but also does a lot of the handiwork. Like they built like a built-in bunk bed for their dog. They do all things creative. So anyway, all that to say is I'm super duper excited. Like if anybody could make me a costume, I'm so glad that it's Jasmine. So anyway, I'm headed there now. This is not the turn, is it? This is not the turn. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of this because I need to put on my directions because I can't remember which. They've like built a lot of stuff around her house inside. Oh no, here it is. Okay. Anyway, gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go home, maybe hang out with Ruben for a little bit, and then tonight I just have to spend a lot of time. That was the turn. I have to spend a lot of time working on this routine because me and Missy are making a lot of changes to make it flow the way we want it to flow. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys after. The people need to see. You guys, she is incredible. This is so cool. Like, this is just for her kids. She doesn't even do this for money. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, she's also a photographer. Look at how freaking cute these photos of Reagan and Joey are. And then we did these Mother's Day minis a few years ago. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to brag on her a little. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Still Tuesday. I just got to Powerhouse. I am setting up my tripod, and I'm about to work through this routine. I'm definitely not running a full out today. I'm just gonna try to work through the choreography of the sections, so that hopefully by the end of this practice, we have a routine that feels, sorry guys. Hopefully we will have a routine that feels better. And when I say feels better, I mean, like right now, and I've mentioned it before, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The routine it's okay, but it's not hitting. Like, you know, you watch a routine and you're like, wow, that was good. I felt like even with mistakes at the Arnold, you watch my routine and you're like, wow, that was good. Same thing at Legion, obviously, like watch my routine, it was like, wow, that was good. This routine is just not giving that. And even though it's the same routine, but it's not the same routine. So we're just working through some things to make it so that you feel like, wow, that was a really good routine. So Missy sent me a 12-minute long video yesterday, and she sent me some videos this morning of some things she wanted me to try, so I'm just gonna work through those things. And like I said, hopefully there's a spin class here in about an hour, so hopefully in the next hour we are done making changes to this routine, and then I'll go back to my daily full outs tomorrow. Y'all, we're 10 days out. I can't believe we're 10 days out and I'm still making changes to this routine. And I also can't believe I'm 10 days out and I was 137 before I came here. I look okay, but I just have to move on. I have to get over it. I have to get over it. Okay, so practice is over. It went really well. I made, I'd say 95% of the changes that need to be made. There's still 2 parts that I'm kind of working through. One of them, I think I just need more reps on it. Like, I just need to make sure that is something I feel confident doing. It's a very small change. It like actually isn't any change to the actual skill. It's just a change to the way that I do it. It's just a change to the way that I do it, so it looks cleaner, but it's like a little bit more challenging now. So anyway, that I just need to make sure that that's the change. And then the other one is just more of a choreography thing. I just have to decide which version of it that I like better, or that seems like it will be cleaner. Other than that, the other changes went really well. They look good. I'm happy with them. I sent them to Missy. Hopefully she's like, yes, amen, amen. Let's leave all of this the same because we're 10 days out. We're 10 days out. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let me tell you, I already have talked about, like, I've given the physique to God. Like, obviously I'm still working to bring the best physique that I can. But at this point it's giving 11 out of 11, which it just is what it is. But I still really think that we have an opportunity to have a really good routine. So anyway, we're just gonna keep working on it, and hopefully 10 days is enough. Okay, everybody. So it is Wednesday, the 1st of October. She's wearing pink. On Wednesdays we wear pink. Do your breast exams, by the way. Prevention is key. Anyway, I just picked up protein from the protein bar, but before that I was at Powerhouse working through this routine, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Missy ran over this routine with a fine-toothed comb, okay? So we made some changes, which made me feel significantly more confident of like how this routine would come across, because I was getting through it, but it wasn't doing what my routines need to be doing. So we made some changes. Amazing. Okay, great. There was one section that we hadn't fully figured out, but I was like, well, let's just run it how it is, and if we need to change it, or like when we change it, we'll change it. But until then, I'm just gonna run it like this, and it is gonna be what it is. So ran it, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not making any changes to it. I'm gonna leave it the way that it was. So I'm going back. Now, obviously you guys aren't seeing the progressions of this routine, and maybe after the Olympia, I'll just do like a video of all of my different progressions of this routine and all the different skills that I've tried. But like, I can tell you what section is the front handspring forward roll section that I do in my routine. And if I remember, I'll like put a clip of it, like from the Arnold or from Legion or whatever. That section, I made a change to that section, like a skill that I really wanted to do. I've been practicing for a long time. I'm like, okay, this is my chance to put it in. And then it just wasn't working. So then I like modified it, but it was still the new skill, just a modified version of the new skill. But then the modified version didn't look as cool as the original version, but it was still pretty hard. And so then I changed it to this, and I kept like making changes to it, but it was never really getting better. Like, it was just changing. And we kept trying to change it. We kept trying to change it. Okay, what about this? Okay, what if you do this? Okay, what if you do this? And just kept trying to change it and kept trying to change it and kept trying to change it. And if you've ever done choreography, you know that sometimes fixing something is harder than just scrapping it and starting over from complete scratch. And that's what I was like, I realized today, like, this cannot be fixed. Not in 9 days. You guys, I compete in 9 days. This is not going to get fixed. This needs to be completely scrapped and started over, which is fine, right? But we're 9 days out, and so it's not fine. So I told Missy, I said, you know what? I'm going back to the original. Like, I don't think that we're going to see in the next, realistically, 6 days, because we leave in 6 days for Vegas. I don't think that we are going to come up with a better version of this that I can execute with 100% confidence within the next 6 days. Realistically, within the next 24 hours. I was like, I'm just gonna go back to the original. The original was fine. There was nothing wrong with the original. I just wanted to do an upgrade of a skill, like of a new skill. But at this point, 20 renditions later, the new skill's not even there. So why am I even changing it? I'm not going to change it. I'm going back to the original. And when I tell you the weight that was lifted off of me when I told myself I'm going to go back to the original, and I told Missy I want to go back to the original, and Missy like affirmed, like, yes, go back to the original, because a confident performance is going to outdo a skill heavy, mediocre, bobbly performance every single time. And so now I just feel so much better. Like, I literally feel like a weight is lifted off of my body. Not stressing about this anymore, because that was the last part of this routine that I was stressing about. Like, everything else we fixed. I felt good. I felt confident. I'm like, okay, I can do this every single time. It was just that one section that was like still a little bit rusty. And now I'm like, okay, we're good. And now I feel so much better, you guys. Oh, I feel so much better. So anyway, I just got home. Gonna eat a meal. Oh, my work. Gonna eat a meal, and I don't know, I guess maybe start packing or something, or just hang out with Ruben before we pick up Reagan and go back to train. Okay, good evening, everybody. It is still whatever day. I almost said Tuesday. It is still Wednesday. I feel like I've been saying Tuesday all day. Anyway, I got done training, and then I went to Aldi for just stuff, like just to fill in a couple things. Like, I don't get a bunch of zucchini. Like, I get zucchini like every couple of days, just because I feel like the fresh veg doesn't last very long. At least I feel like it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's lasting at the store. So I go to the store like every other day to get zucchini or whatever veg I'm eating. And then I am also, I don't think that I mentioned on here, I know I like put it on threads, that I am making post-show treats. I am no longer going to be a slave to the $10 cookie that gets shipped to me. First off, they're usually not that good. Like, they're good. Trust me, they're good. I love a cookie. But the amount of money that I spend on post-show treats for them to be like okay, it's unreal. I'm not doing it. I'm like, if I'm going to spend $30, which $30 gets you like 2 cookies. Like, realistically, when I'm buying post-show cookies and brownies and stuff, I'm spending like $50. Like, please don't judge me. I'm spending a lot of money. I ordered cinnamon rolls. Like, the cinnamon rolls are like $90 for like the whole thing plus shipping. So anyway, all that to say, I'm like, you know what? I'm not ordering, although the cinnamon rolls hit every time. I'm not ordering this stuff. I'm going to make my own, and then we can get exactly what we want. We don't have to like look at the menu and like, oh, that kind of sounds good, but I really want it. So anyway, so we're making brownies, and by we, I mean I'm making brownies. Ruben requested for his to have a honey bun, like Little Debbie honey bun crust, I guess, then brownie, and then Reese's on top. I was like, I'm like into this fluffer nutter like situation. So I'm going to do Nutter Butters on the bottom, then the brownie with marshmallow. Well, I'm actually gonna do Nutter Butter, then mini marshmallows, and then the brownie mix on top, because I want the marshmallows like in the brownie. I don't want it sprinkled on top. So I'm gonna do Nutter Butters with mini marshmallows on top of it, with the brownie mix on top of it, and then I may or may not do the Reese's on top. I might just do chocolate chips. We're gonna see how I feel. I might do a little bit of both. And then I also, while I was at the store, I also like just got these, you know, they just have like these seasonal things. They have these like peanut butter pretzel, like, you know, like, what are those little things? They're just like little chunks. I don't know, clusters, peanut butter pretzel clusters. And I'm like, ooh, that would actually be good on the bottom too, because then you have like a little bit of salty sweet. It's giving Take 5. Take 5 is an underrated little Reese's situation. I love a Fast Break. Now, y'all, I'm completely. Fast Break is my favorite chocolate bar. But Take 5, they both like, I feel like you can only find in gas stations, although Fast Breaks are like getting more mainstream. But Take 5, you don't see them very often, but they are also another like Reese's peanut butter chocolate bar thing, but it's like chocolate with pretzels and peanut butter and caramel. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, if I do these pretzel peanut butter things, it's giving Take 5. I wouldn't put the marshmallows probably in that one. We're going to find out, you guys. We're gonna find out. And I did tell Amy Hamilton that I would bring her treats too. So I'm making all this stuff. We are not gonna eat 2 pans of brownies. I'm gonna give away some of them. But I'm just excited. A couple years ago, I made Ruben Halloween cookies because he was already at the Olympia. It was the year that the Olympia was in, sorry, this is illegal, but now I'm in my neighborhood. The year that the Olympia was in Orlando, Ruben left for the Olympia like on Halloween or whatever. So I went trick-or-treating with Reagan without him. But every year since then, with like a lot of Reagan's extra Halloween candy, which there's not going to be much extra because now she like wants it. She doesn't want to give any away. But with a lot of it, I make cookies, basically like chocolate chip cookies, like brown butter cookies. But then instead of chocolate chips, I use chopped up Halloween candy, Twix, Snickers, Three Musketeers, M&Ms, like whatever. So I made those a couple years ago, and Reagan already has, because she went to Disneyland with my mom, she already has a bag full of candy. We haven't even done any trunk or treat or trick or treat or anything. So I'm like, maybe I'm going to take some of her candy and make cookies also, but I might not. I don't know. We're going to see how I feel, like how busy I am and how much I feel like doing, because I also have a show still after the Olympia. But at least for that weekend I get to enjoy. So anyway, I'm almost home. I'm going to go home, unpack this stuff, eat dinner, and then go pick up Reagan. She's at my mom's. Then go pick up Reagan, but I need to eat in peace before I go get her. Okay. Thursday morning, I am headed to get an energy drink, and then we are going to Powerhouse. This practice feels like a pivotal moment in my prep because, you know, I've been like, okay, I got to get a full out. And I have since gotten some full outs. However, I also have still changed the routine. Last practice, I told y'all, like, I fixed it, but I never actually got a chance to run it with like the final changes. So now we're like, okay, it's finalized. There should be 0 more changes. Now we just need to run it. We need to run this Olympia version of this routine, and hopefully we run it and I say, that's the one. This is the routine. Because so far, even though I have gotten some runs under my belt, I never felt like it was the one. And I mentioned that several times, like, it's just not the one, it's just not the one, it's just not the one. But what I wasn't realizing in those moments was that it was the routine. Like, it wasn't that run, if that makes sense. Like, I couldn't have done the routine good enough to be the one because the routine was the problem. Now the routine is fixed, so I feel like we're going to get it. I think we're going to get the one today, and then I think we're going to continue. We're going to get another one tomorrow. Oh no, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I don't know if I have time tomorrow. Then we're going to get another one on Saturday, and another one on Sunday, and another one on Monday. Tuesday we're leaving, so I don't know if I'll get one on Tuesday, but we're getting so close. So anyway, like I said, I think today's a pivotal practice. I'm going to run my practice. I'm going to check in with you guys after, and that's going to be the end of this video. My next video will start with check-ins. Okay, everybody. She did not get the one. She did not get the one. I actually had a great practice. I'm losing my voice. You know what it is. I'm at school an hour early. Now I'm going on a walk. And now I'm starting my watch also. I actually had a great practice, but like as far as what I did, however, where are my sunglasses? It was just a busy morning in the gym, and I just could not get enough alone time. Alone time sounds so weird. I just couldn't get enough solitude to do the routine like as much as I wanted to. So I did get one run. I did like one full out run, but I had a mistake, of course, on the part that I was like, now that I'm changing it back to the original, like I'm not gonna have any problems. I sure did have a problem. The problem was that I arrogantly thought that I could just run that part cold and not warm it up. Like, Andrea, you haven't done this skill since Adela Garcia in June, and you now just think that just because it's something you used to do all the time, you shouldn't even warm it up before a full out. That was dumb. So anyway, so I made a mistake in it. So then I was like, oh, I'm so irritated because this full out was so licked. And then I decided to do another run with just the changes that I recently made and that part. And it was great. It was fantastic, but it wasn't a full out. It was just those, like that modified run. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to run it. And people walked in literally in the middle of my routine. So I just stopped. I literally, it was 10 seconds in, like I kick up to my handstand and they like walked in the door and I just kicked down and walked out like I was done. But I just feel like if I would have had another 30 minutes by myself. Or even honestly, if those people would not have walked in the middle of that routine, that probably would have been the one. Like, I was having a good practice. It's just that when I got to the gym, there was still a class going on, which I knew. So I was like, I'm just going to go to the basketball court and just like get warmed up on the basketball court until I can go in that classroom. But then there was like 6 people playing basketball today. It was like the most people I've ever seen on the basketball court besides at like 5 p.m. So I was like in the corner and I was warming up, but it was just like 3 basketballs hit me during the 20 minutes that I was warming up, just because, I don't know, I guess that's just how basketball is. When you're like, everyone was playing by themselves, so nobody was like rebounding each other's balls. It was just a very busy and distracted morning. And sorry I'm not like looking at you guys. I feel like I normally look at the camera, but do I? I don't know. It's really bright outside and I'm like watching my walk. Anywho, it was a good practice for what it was. I just needed more solitude, like I said. So we're 8 days out. Still didn't get the one. But I am going to boot camp to run an athlete games workout and then take boot camp. Then I have a hair appointment. Then I'm going to go to the joint. You guys, I haven't been to the joint in several months. I've just been paying $90 a month for nothing. I'm going to go to the joint because my back is so messed up. I am so lopsided. And also cancel my membership. I'm going to go there, get an adjustment, cancel my membership. And then depending on what time it is, like, I think there will still be classes. I just have to check the powerhouse schedule because in the late afternoon, the basketball court will absolutely have people in it. So I'm not even going to bank on the basketball court. So if there's classes going on, I'm just going to say whatever. If there are not classes going on, I might try to go back to powerhouse and get that full out done today. Tomorrow is supposed to be my rest day, but like I got to get a full out. Like, at what point are we just saying like, you guys, I have to get it. So anyway, that's what it is. That's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for sticking with me throughout the chaos and the inconsistency of this vlog series. It's been a doozy, everybody. It's been a doozy, but we're getting there.